Listen in as 5 friends take turns weaving stories through the tabletop game of their choice. This is 5 GMs in a Trenchcoat.
Hi everyone, and welcome to 5 GMs in a Trenchcoat. My name is Tanner Sherlock. This is Fragments of Rebellion. My players to my right.
Hi, I'm Tanlin Morgan.
Hello, I'm Jesse Espinoza.
So I forgot there was a camera, and I was like, why aren't you looking at me? Like, why are you looking past me?
Hello, I'm Kim Suyuki.
I'm Adam Gonzalez.
No! Let's directly add camera behind.
So we're going to be playing Fate today. I'm running a custom setting that I've come up with in Fate. So we come in, and you all are in a small room. There are boxes kind of strewn about everywhere along the walls. There's various supplies. Some of them are open, so you might be able to see. There's parchment, writing supplies, and there are also guns and a couple pieces of metal armor. There aren't any chairs to sit on, but there's a table in the center. It's solid stone, like bricks, with a map on top of it, just like spread out. Okay. The edges of the map kind of curl over. And a young man, probably in his late 20s. His hair is medium length, a dark brown. He has a dark brown beard and green eyes. He walks into the middle of the room, and it's quiet. He doesn't look at anybody at first, and he looks to the map, writes some things down on it with a little quill, and then he looks up at the group, and he smiles to all of you very gently. His eyes are soft, and his name is Mabel, and he says, "Hi, I'm glad that you all were willing to meet me here. As you all know, my name's Mabel, and you know, if you're familiar with the Revolution at all, he's kind of the de facto leader. Things are really small still for this revolution, but Mabel's been the one to try and gather people and kind of make it into a more serious, potentially political force. So you may or may not be familiar with Mabel, but you at least know of him because you all are here and he's the one who contacted you. So we'll go in player order. Mabel looks to his right at Tanlin's character, and he says, I'd like you all to introduce yourselves because I think you're quickly going to grow accustomed to spending time with one another. Devon, if you could, please.
Yes, sir. So, my name's Devon J. Adams. You know, I've been in the game for about 30 years. You know how it is. You know, some people here already know me, but you know, yeah.
And then Mabel nods, and then he looks to Jesse's character and doesn't say anything for a minute, and just kind of eyes Jesse. But there's still a smile in his eyes. And then he says, "Would you like to introduce yourself?"
Well, I don't think I require any introduction. I'm sure everyone here recognizes the great Titus the Typhoon. The storm, the oncoming storm, as out of all my victims like to fear me, you know. And he takes a drink of his out. He has a bottle. He drinks from it. And he's like, "Yeah,
I'm looking. You wanna go?
I'm greatest shot around."
What do you look like?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually.
So he's about like 5'10". He wears he's in a black pirate outfit with a blue sash around his waist and almost a quasi turban kind of thing on his hair that's blue, and he has a big bushy beard and kind of messy hair, and he always has a bottle and he always has a gun and a sword on him. He never goes anywhere without those.
What about you?
Oh yeah,
what
I
does
forgot
Devon
to
look like?
describe
No, you're
Devon.
What does Devon look like?
Yeah, he's just like this 6 foot beautiful man.
That's all you need.
He has this lovely deep skin and a full beard and long dreads that go into a little side sort of ponytail situation. and he's just fine.
Really
I mean,
good.
I love that. I love that.
I mean-
It's beautiful.
Really good. So when you introduce yourself as Titus the Typhoon, you see my character kind of like, they're like a light scoff.
What do you find funny, son? I've been a terror on the high skies for 100 years now.
I think we're introducing ourselves. What's your
100
name?
years?
Yeah.
That's a wow. And you just see, so the tables I imagine is pretty tall, and you just see her like forehead and like the top of her eyes, and she goes, "Oh, hold on." And for flavor, she's gonna use her magic, and some vines grow up, and they like lift her up the table a little bit, and you see this like very small, stout plant person. She's got vines for her hair. It's very long. She keeps it in like a twisty braid sort of situation. She has very like flowy like clothes, so like flowy pants and that sort of thing. She has this like flowery kimono on over her stuff, and these really huge ass glasses that like almost don't fit her face, and she's getting a little bit of wrinkles like under her eyes and that sort of thing. And she goes, "Hi, I'm B. It's nice to meet y'all. Me and Devon go way back, but you know."
Your character's name is V?
B.
B?
B-E-E. Yeah. Who let this child in here?
Oh, you're all looking at me. So a quick breakdown of what my character looks like. He has like tanned like brown skin, like me during summer. It's not summer right now, so it's much lighter than I am during summer. With two braids, his hair braided into two kind of like down the backs. It's pretty long. You can tell he doesn't cut it. He has a sort of deceptive build in the terms of like you can kind of tell he has like a worker's build when you like look deeply at it, but because of his baggy clothes and kind of his over clothing, it's not super noticeable unless you're like intent on like looking him up and down, which I'm sure a lot of you are because he is a child. Like he's like 20-ish, like 20, 22. So that's the range he's in. So he's very young, especially for something like this. He has incredibly soft features though, like borderlining like feminine. However, the two harshest things about him are his like yellow eyes and that he has a like gnarly scar kind of going from about like the top of his lip through, and you see it goes down into his shirt. You can't.
Which side of your face is it on?
Believe it's on the left side.
Okay.
But so you see it go down and it goes past his neck and then it kind of disappears. But clothing wise, I'm in kind of basic like farmers or workers clothes, very baggy but like fitted and like are dutiful. They work, right? I've probably owned these for a long time. And then one of the big things that is incredibly noticeable on me is I have this sort of made into a poncho, which you could tell was not originally a poncho. It's at this point just a mess of fabric. But if you've seen a traditional like Mexican dress with all the floral like print on it, it's one of those. But it is at this point made into like a poncho practically. I just wear it. And it's very tattered and old and like a lot of my clothes. And I'm very young and soft. I'm like, oh, you're all looking at me? Hey, I'm Araceli. Almont, you guys have probably worked with my family and bought stuff off of us. We help everyone a lot. It's like our thing, you know. We do farming and stuff and bring everybody stuff and we make the stuff. Yeah, I figure you would be if you guys have, because I know Tanner was saying you guys have worked with the Revolution for a while.
Yeah.
So the Almont family is a family of lowlanders, I believe is what they're called, which are people who live on the ground, not on the floating islands. And they are farmers, woodworkers, metal workers. Like they pretty much have been helping and supplying the Revolution for a while. And so I'm the middle child of the Almont family. And if you do or have seen the Almont family, I do not match the Almont family at all. Like I'm very obviously not blood. Like I stand out amongst them, very much the black sheep. But yeah, so Araceli, it's nice to meet you guys. I just got my dragon like last week.
So when right as Araceli finishes talking, there's a sudden like vibration in the ground that might seem foreign to all of you because unless you're a lowlander, you don't experience earthquakes on the floating islands of the Republic, right? So there's a slight vibration in the ground and then a really violent shake, and then you feel like you start accelerating slightly and then it kind of stops and there it goes at speed. You probably can't detect that though. Those of you who might be familiar with the Revolution know that a lot of the magic users, a lot of the Revolution magic users have been training in Earth magic and have learned of a way to move the Revolution's base.
That's cool.
A lot of you probably, at least a couple of you, wouldn't be as familiar with that, and it might scare you a bit because, one, it's generally not advised to touch magical material like the floating islands with your own magic. It's volatile, and two, it's extremely arduous. People will probably die over time using this kind of magic and forcing themselves to work this hard.
Oh, okay.
But Mabel doesn't say anything, and if none of you do, then he waits a second for all the rumbling to stop.
Is this the first time I've been in the base?
Yeah.
Are we moving?
Mabel smiles a bit again, pridefully, and he says, "We are."
Sorry, you guys were acting like we weren't, and I didn't want to say anything, but also like we're totally moving, right?
Sorry,
It's
kind of
kinda-
used to it at this point.
We've been here for the test runs.
Mabel says, "It's one of the ways we devised of avoiding the Republic. They do a lot of patrols out here, and it's easier to move our base than to hope they don't find us. It seems inevitable if we didn't."
That's smart. That makes sense, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nervous.
Are you alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing great. I do stuff like this all the time.
So then Mabel looks to all of you again, and he says, "I've asked you all here because you have skills or objects that I think can help my cause. And I trust that all of you will be loyal to us. You see, I don't agree with a lot of the doctrine that the Republic has been forcing on its citizens, and I think it's time that somebody change things. I have gathered you all here because I think that all of you can contribute something very unique. I've been
you.
I've been hoping to build a team to go on missions that are clandestine. I don't trust a lot of the people who have joined the revolution, my revolution, these past few months, but I trust all of you enough to tell you that, one, a lot of the things you will be doing are not going to be easy, and you might not live through them. But if you work together and trust me and trust my team,
See a bead of sweat. Araceli's forehead.
if you trust me and you trust my team and you trust each other, I think that we'll at least make a difference. Is everybody all right with that? Mm-hmm. And he looks at all of you expectantly.
Yeah, so Titus finishes his drink, he goes, smashes it on the ground, like, let's fucking go!
Are you littering in, man?
I was gonna say,
It's in pieces, so it's not littering.
It's all over the floor, though.
You should
It's
probably sweep that
biodegradable
up.
glass.
Yeah. What if we step on it on accident?
Well, we all have boots, don't we?
is everybody wearing shoes?
Yes.
I was like,
I hope so.
I sure hope
Hey,
so.
you never know.
And I start reaching into my shirt and pull out another flask.
So like everyone's just cool, maybe dying.
Hey, there are worse ways to go, probably.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while.
Oh,
Well, at least
It's the
we
nature of
have.
the mission.
I
Yeah.
don't know who this
Yeah.
is. I mean, I know this guy. I don't know.
Well, you know, yeah, it happens. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not upset either which way. I just was curious.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine.
You look a little sweaty.
You guys probably. So I was in the room probably starting to get warmer. Like off of it, the more he gets nervous, the room
You can
is
see
getting warmer.
My like vine is starting to like wilt a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
like especially like if you're near me, it's getting like almost hot. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I just we're doing the right thing the right way, right?
I put my hand up like right here. I'm like, hon, you're hot.
Oh, sorry, and it starts to cool down once I become like made aware of it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Don't worry, son. As long as you're under my leadership, we'll get through this, no problem.
I don't. You're
I assume I'm the leader of the team, right? I'm the only one with leadership experience.
Titus the Typhoon. So would Araceli, how much knowledge do you have of Titus?
Roll a history or like some sort of like cultural intelligence. If you don't have it, then just roll flat.
Maybe like rapport or investigate?
You can go for investigate if you want to try and figure out like what this guy's deal is, but you might not like.
I don't know like if I know the name.
Roll a flat then.
0. Just
Okay.
solid middle.
There are pirates, and you know.
Does he look like a pirate?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Titus is dressed, as I understand it, as just a like how you would imagine a pirate
Uh-huh,
which is maybe a bad idea, but
Right.
he does it anyway. So you know there are pirates, and you know some of them are famous, and maybe this is one of those famous guys, but you haven't heard of him before, really.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you just steal shit, right? That's like your whole thing.
I take from the Republic, so they have plenty. It's fine.
Well, I mean, there are people in the Republic that probably need stuff. And
No.
stuff.
If they're in the Republic, they're bad people.
It just feels like maybe there's better ways to do certain things.
No, they all use law and order to just be in the.
Well, law and order
awful
is
people.
necessary in a lot of
no.
places.
Boys.
You've obviously never worked on a farm.
I think we should get ready for the mission and the information.
As you guys start arguing, there's like Mabel just watches you and still is smiling, and then there's a bell at the top of the room, and all of a sudden it just goes ding dong really loudly over all of your voices to stop you from talking. A bit of wind picks up when it rings, and he says, "I'm sure these quirks will be worked out as you work together more."
Okay.
And then he says, "But I also have some people I'd like you to meet. They'll be helping you. You won't be alone.
Cool, fantastic.
Like I said, you trust me and my team, and you'll get through this."
Yeah.
So
More sweat.
Yeah, it's getting warm again.
a couple people walk in, but at the forefront is another man. He is probably in his early 30s. Titus, give me a roll, and if you have any like knowledge abilities, knowledge skills, use that.
I do not.
Then give me just a standard.
Oh, I do have contacts. So I don't know if that would work.
What's contacts actually? That'd be perfect.
Okay, I got 0 plus 1 for my contacts. So I got plus
so
1.
roll. I'm gonna invoke your aspect of being like a pirate, like just that. So roll +3.
All right. Should I roll again?
Would you? Yeah, roll it with a +3.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I got 6.
Okay, so the man at the front, Titus, you recognize him instantly. His name is Tandem. He wears those old like 16th century like hats with the feather like that comes out.
Yeah.
He's wearing that. He's also wearing like a puffy shirt, kind of like Titus's, but his is white and he wears a vest over it. Boot. He has a long saber at his side.
Very Three Musketeers.
Yeah, but his clothing, and his clothing is also very flamboyant. Like
Okay.
there's like pinks and browns of leather in it. Titus, you know his name is Tandem, and you've met Tandem before. He's also a pirate, and Tandem is flamboyant and uses a lot of similar tactics to you, but his tactics aren't as fear-based necessarily. They're a lot more like he tries to talk people into giving him what he wants. But you've met him and you get along with him fairly well. He's not a bad man. I mean, insofar as a pirate is.
As far as pirates go?
Yeah. To you, he's not says you might like him even, but maybe you don't.
No, I'd like this guy.
So Tandem saunters in, and he says, "Morning, everyone. Hi. Mabel, have you introduced me yet?" And Mabel says, "Actually, Tandem, I was just about to." And Tandem cuts him off. And Tandem says, "I see that he hasn't." And he takes off his hat and he gives you all a very flamboyant bow. Says, "My name is Tandem. I'm at your service. I have a ship, and you'll be using my ship. You have free access to my ship. I will always be driving my ship, but you can use it at any time you'd like. You can ask me to come along with you at any point. I'm in your service, at your service." And he gives a wink to Devon. And he puts his hat back on. And Mabel says, yes, Tandem has graciously offered his ship for your use. I think it'd be beneficial for you to use it as a sort of mobile base when you can't be here.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to Tandem and do the Predator, like, you son of a bitch!
So Tandem like grasps your like forearm like hard.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Titus, it's good to see you. I've missed you, friend.
I've missed you too. I'm glad to see you're still alive.
Of course, nobody can kill Tandem. And nobody can kill Titus, apparently, too.
Of course not. I'm unkillable.
He's the Typhoon.
Been doing this for 100 years.
Titus the Typhoon. So then, while that's happening, Mabel looks to you three and kind of quiets down and he says, you need to watch Titus.
Fuck, he's a thief?
I don't wanna.
Araceli,
I'll be truthful.
there are a lot of thieves that are working for me, but they all have our people's best interest in mind. You have to watch Titus because I trust him, but I trust him to help me. I don't always trust him to help himself, though. Just
Araceli's like, the fuck does that mean?
be on the lookout, please.
Huh.
Far too young.
And Tandem away from them says to you, Titus, he says, this looks like a strapping young bunch, but are you sure? Do you think they'll be able to handle what you'll be doing?
Don't worry, I'll whip them into shape.
Tandem just nods. He says, of course, I expect nothing less. And then Tandem turns his attention back to the group. And Mabel says, all right, and your first mission, should you choose to accept it, is ready. I assume that you all are ready.
Always.
Did our dragons come with us when the place moved?
He nods and says, oh, your dragons are safe.
Oh, okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm ready.
He says, you'll have time for a few moments to prepare after this, but...
So nervous.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
I finish my flask, I throw it up in the air, and I go to shoot it, and I forgot to load my gun, so it just falls to the ground. And I go,
Actually,
give me a minute. I'll need to load my gun.
When your gun doesn't click, I'm going to take that as a moment to I'm gonna show off, and I shoot fire out of my fist, but I miss and just singe the roof, and I'm like.
So he does. So Araceli, Titus tries to shoot. You just hear a click when his gun doesn't go off, and then Araceli is like, "Huh," and he punches, and you hear a loud of fire that totally just misses, and then Tandem quick draws his own gun and shoots and misses also.
I'm gonna go.
You want me to shoot something? Is that what's going on here?
Oh my god.
And then there's just a ping as a bullet hits just a piece of wall.
Shut up, I'm
I'm in just again.
And Tandem freezes as if he hit it, still yeah,
It's
and
the
then,
charisma.
Yeah, your charisma will make you believe that he shot it.
and then he just stares at it and then twirls his gun and puts it away, just pretending he totally hit that thing. But he clearly didn't. It shatters on the ground.
Oh my god.
Nobody says a word. Mabel, maybe there's a bead of sweat that comes down Mabel's head as he's like, oh no.
Oh.
What have I done?
Titus is just
every time
cursing
we-
as he starts loading his gun.
Shit, fuck, shit.
Alright, so...
Alright, kids.
That was an
That was-
interesting show.
Yeah.
The room's so much hotter. 'Cause now I'm just embarrassed.
all of the men in the room, except Devon, are just oh god.
Oh boy.
We should try and keep all of that to a minimum.
Fire?
I didn't realize you could shoot fire out of your fist, huh?
All of it.
I can shoot fire out of everywhere.
Okay.
Even
Actually, no, don't explain
even your
what
butt?
everywhere means.
I'm gonna level with you guys.
Promise.
I'm not the best at controlling it.
Oh.
And your ship is made out of wood, yes?
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's really warm in here.
Oh, bud.
I didn't notice until you pointed it out. Thanks for letting us know.
Oh, you're
buddy.
sweating a little.
No, I'm droopy. I'm droopy.
Will do.
Yeah, so I'm just
Take some water from my flask and I just
I
pour it on you. Sorry, bud.
Can I have some water too?
Yeah.
Thank you. I forgot mine on my dragon.
Okay.
I like drink from it.
It's gone.
Thank you. I do that like young dude thing where I drink all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
So Mabel chooses to pointedly ignore one, the mistakes, but also like just you guys interacting right now.
I'm really
He
embarrassed.
pulls out some parchment and lays it out along the map, and he says, "Gather around, please," and he wants everybody to come closer.
Yeah.
And so he starts pointing, and he says, "Today's objective is I need you to commandeer a vessel that's carrying a few dozen people who have been charged with conspiracy against the Republic. It's currently in transit. It's stopping at a small fort before heading to a town near Le Piqueur. The Republic has been cracking down on activity that they deem conspiratorial in nature, and a lot of people who are friends of mine, or who I think could potentially be friends of mine, have been captured as a result. The ship that I want you to commandeer has enough people to significantly bolster our forces, but it won't be an easy fight. There are 2 cavaliers, I believe, that will be guarding the shipment, and there's a good chance that they'll be expecting an attack. Captain Dupont," and he gestures to Tandem, who has not introduced you. He has not introduced his last name, but Mabel says Captain Dupont will join you in order to assist with the transporting of the prisoners should the ship that you commandeer become inoperable. Once you've secured the ship, you can signal Captain Dupont, or you can request that he come with you. If you would like to, I'll let you handle this however you'd like. If you would like to infiltrate the ship on your own, that's fine. However, Captain Dupont can also join you and provide assistance should you feel the need, or he can hang back, come when you need him, as long as you offer a signal. It's up to you, and I'll leave that for you to decide, and I'll leave the signal, should you need one, I'll leave you for that to decide on as well. And so, the map lays out a line. There's a straight, a relatively straight red line that goes from this small town that's stopping at to a fort, and then to Le Piqueur, the base of the Cavaliers.
Okay. And this is in the islands, right? Like the sky.
Yeah, this is the sky. Yeah.
So because currently we're on the ground.
No, you're floating.
Oh, we're floating right now?
Yeah, you guys
Okay,
are all on a
okay.
float now. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
No, of course, yeah.
Cool.
So, to clarify, the base is one of the floating islands that you guys, most of you are from.
Awesome.
And all of this is taking place in the sky and amongst the floating islands. So the fort is also you're not leaving, you're not going to the lowlands.
Right.
It's a line that's relatively straight, goes from a town to a fort to Le Piqueur. The perch, if you want, you can also suggest a different plan. I don't think you guys get the feeling that Mabel would be okay if you wanted to attack it from a different angle than what he laid out.
Mm-hmm.
But he's leaving the planning up to you guys, and Tandem looks extremely disinterested in helping you guys plan. This seems like he'll help if
we ask.
Yeah, but he's kind of just here to look cool, have fun, in his own weird way, and also probably profit from all the people he's gonna steal from.
Right.
Mabel takes a step back and starts talking to Tandem about something, and he leaves you to the map.
Well, commandeering ships my whole thing. That's what I excel at.
That tracks.
So, I mean, what always worked for me is that my girl Tempest make a storm, make them disoriented, and then we attack them in the surprise attack.
Your girl Tempest, is that your girlfriend's name?
No, I mean, we're very close, but I consider her more of a daughter than a girlfriend.
Oh, did you raise her?
Yeah, I raised Tempest.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I've never met a person named Tempest. That's an interesting.
Oh,
name.
well, she's a dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Tempest is your dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so she's the best around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we usually did, and it worked, except for one time. But, other than that one time.
What do you said?
Don't worry about it. But yeah, it works 99% of the time.
Works 90% of the time, 100% of the time. That sounds trustworthy. What are we working with here? What can we all do? What can everyone do?
Well, I mean, shit. I don't know if I like being put on the spot, but
I'm just asking what you're capable of, Devon.
Devon here is the fastest guy around.
oh, B.
I thought you were super fast.
Well, I'm more about stealth.
Oh,
so speed is a part of it, but that's not the whole thing,
Knowing your strengths is important.
Yeah. Look, my girl Tempest, she real quick, she real sneaky, she shoot lightning, can make a storm.
That's really cool.
All of that?
Yeah, she's the best, and I love her.
All right.
Uh-huh,
You know what? I
okay.
have a very deep connection with my dragon as well.
That's good.
I think it's very important.
I met my dragon last week.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
I don't.
What can your dragon do?
She can blow fire.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we both have fire. She's pretty good at catching me. She caught me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's important. Just like Devon said,
You know,
that you have
haven't-
that connection with the dragon, know that she
Yeah.
can catch you like that, and that's dependable. That's really good.
I haven't named her yet. I just can't. I don't think anything fits. It's hard.
Well, what names have you tried?
Oh, I really like Tulip.
That's a cute one.
Titus is a good name.
Let's put a pin in that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't we all just...
We haven't seen your dragon,
Yeah.
so maybe your dragon's not a Titus.
Let's just meet with her. I'm really good at understanding
Yeah,
deep
Devon's
connections
really
with your
great.
dragons. I think it's very
Mr.
important.
Mabel.
Actually, yeah, when Araceli says that, if everybody looks over, you just see Tandem and Mabel just side-eyeing all of you.
Oh.
And then, Tandem, coughs and, turns away, and Mabel just tries to soften his expression and says, yes, Araceli?
Can we show each other our dragons?
He says, of course.
I'll show you my dragon. You show me.
Oh.
Yeah,
The dragon's long.
He says, yeah, of course, they're at our roost. I'll take you there now.
How exciting.
And Tandem says, I'll prepare my ship should you need it, and he tips his hat.
Thanks, buddy.
Tandem leaves, and Mabel starts leading you through the...
So you in tandem
Hey, look.
Sometimes you're out of
Tandem
it.
winked
Yeah.
at me earlier. Do we know each other? Or
No.
it was just something he did?
Just cause.
Oh, okay.
Flirting with you.
Yeah.
Devon was kind of into it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
So Mabel starts leading you guys through the paths of the Revolution's headquarters, and the headquarters are kind of built in. Okay, so the Sky Island that you guys are on is about the size of a large, wide building, and it's very deep. The ground itself is deep, and it kind of. The headquarters are built like a anthill, so there are a lot of tunnels going through underground, and the only noticeable thing really on top is the Roost. It's where the dragons. It's a name for where the dragons stay, but it's kind of like a mix of a stables mixed with a large bird flying.
But a place where they can kind of come and go though.
Yeah. They can still leave and stuff like that. So he leads you basically to the surface, and.
Do we see her right away? She's large.
Well, I was going to say, all of your dragons would be up here, so would any of your dragons be, actively waiting for you? They're smart enough to know, where the exit is, so would they be watching for
I
you?
feel like
would they be distracted?
Yeah, I feel like Kai would just kind of be just kind of above the exit a little bit, just kind of waiting, where's mom?
It's a weird looking dragon.
Yeah, so, okay,
Oh, was that your dragon?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's not what you said a second ago.
Well, he's weird cool,
I don't.
so Mabel opens up, a
okay.
slanted door that's kind of half hatch, half door, and walks up this, stairs, and you guys see Kai. And so, yeah, what does Kai look like?
Kai is a Chinese dragon, so she's very long, and she's got white fur all over. She doesn't have wings, but she's still whipping around, and she's got tealish fur going along like her the tuft on her front, and it goes all the way down her back. So it's very much like Haku from Spirited Away.
Nice.
Yeah. So does Kai do anything when she sees you?
Yeah, it's very much like woo, and then she comes down and she like whips around me and it picks me up a little bit because of her wind magic, and I go oh hi, and I give her a little pat on the head.
How big is she?
She's not one motorcycle size now. I think she's like a couple.
Oh, okay. So
She got longer.
Like if you lined like 2.5 or 3 motorcycles
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
that's how.
So she's probably like 12 feet long,
Yeah,
or
she's
like maybe
got
18 feet long.
now,
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's a long dragon.
So
she's
yeah.
long. She whipped around.
Devon, what's Siren up to?
Probably sitting like within the roost, just like waiting for my call.
Perched. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
I'll
like
just do-
like
I'll
a
do-
dog.
Yeah, I do my little, and then he'll come like whipping, just whipping through, and then like stopping right
Proving
in front
how
of me.
fast he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, hello, my boy. My gorgeous boy. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, I love you so much.
What does he look like?
He looks like an eel almost. Like he has like slimy like
Like he looks slimy.
like
Right.
toadish skin. He looks like he probably like
Little
from the water.
amphibious, yeah.
And he's like a he's like a wyvern.
Mhm.
So his wings are his arms.
Right.
And he has like vestigial kind of back legs
Uh-huh.
that aren't very good at like land
Good for
stuff.
perching. Yeah.
So
Very
that's
good.
him.
How big is he?
I'd say kind of like Kai,
Mhm.
but probably shorter,
Oh, okay.
like just by a little bit.
So so like bigger than a person. Like
Yeah, just
rideable, yeah.
enough, you know.
A Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Clydesdales
Yeah.
are so big.
She'll probably carry 2 people.
What? So where's Tempest? What's Tempest? up to?
So she would probably be napping, and then I'd be like, Tempe! And then she'd wake up, and she'd run over, and she's got little, like, Dachshund legs, so she's, like, real slow, and she's, like, she runs over, and I, like, squish her cheeks. I'm like, how's the most beautiful girl in the world? And I'm like, I'm squishing her cheeks, and then I, like, give her a little bit of booze. And, like, just a little something to help the
Just
nerves.
a dip.
Yeah.
Does it zap you when you touch her?
Oh, of course. You know, I'm used to it.
Your hair stands up?
Yeah. That's why my hair's always messy. 'Cause- yeah. I'm like, I'm the most pretty girl in the world. I give her kisses.
Where is my dragon? Because I don't have any command over my dragon.
You probably don't see your dragon at first, but
I'm like watching you guys like see your dragon.
yeah, actually, you don't see
Just
your dragon.
crying a little bit,
You
like
don't see your dragon
a
first. What do
tear.
you do?
Are we like in a high space?
Like
is
it's open
the
air, basically.
okay? Well, because I know we're on a floating island, but is the
It's not enclosed.
no, I know, but where are we again? I am so sorry. I know
That's okay.
the name of it.
The Roost.
Yeah, is the roost like elevated or is it like on the edge of the island or something?
It's an elevated, like, kind of stable that dragons would,
Oh
like,
my God.
instinctually know how to navigate.
how high elevated?
Probably, like, 30 feet up.
I like look around and I'm like. I take off running and just jump out. Just fucking leap out.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
well.
that his last straw?
I see what you're saying. So, you guys aren't
Is
on
that-
the Roost, you're on the island, and the Roost is, like, a building away from you,
Uh-huh.
but you can just jump off the island.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Awesome. So,
He
you
didn't
guys,
look like he was gonna do that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's because you see me like start to get a little embarrassed because I'm watching it and like.
when you take off, Mabel starts running after you
Okay.
and yelling like, Araceli, what are you doing?
I'm right back.
Uh,
Just.
And Mabel like stops like right at the edge and watches you start falling.
There's a moment where like it's just silent.
Do you guys do anything?
Oh.
oh shit.
Hey, man, that's that boy's choice.
I hop on Kai and
Yeah.
go
Also,
that way.
So
follow
you guys are gonna
suit.
chase after him?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
I guess if they go out, I'll be like, "Ah, that's good.
So, you two, are you keeping pace with B or are you like going faster? Trying to save this.
Yeah, I'm going fast.
Alright, so so you like dive off and
Yeah.
it's probably only a couple of Siren's wing flaps to get to the edge, but right before Siren does, you hear a like loud roar, and from like above, in the clouds, you just see like a giant, relatively giant mass like of reptile
shit.
like dive straight down, and you probably recognize it.
Yeah,
Maybe like it just takes a second, and you're like, "Is that?" But
Well, shit.
she, like goes straight over the island, like straight down towards the kid, and Araceli, your dragon. Trying to think of what she would do. What would she do?
Well, so I figure she catches me.
Well, no, yeah, I figure, but does she?
I'm dumb. Like I'm not good at this, so I'm assuming she just gets under me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like I not even like I don't think she even gives me the chance to like look cool. It's very much like a parent
dumb bitch.
catching their child.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just try to grab you by the scruff.
Yeah, it's very much like a parent like getting a kid. Like you know like those dad save vids where like they like save their kid just in the right moment. It's like that. Like it's very much just like because you hear oh thank God.
Yeah, and so she catches you, and you both fly back up. I'm assuming.
I got my dragon. Just some tears.
Is that?
You didn't mention that. Hi,
Oh
Raina. How you doing?
my god, girl! Oops, I keep hitting my
Girl.
mic.
Why are you calling my dragon Raina?
That's her name.
She's an old friend of ours.
Yeah, very old friend of mine.
Very old friend of ours.
You know this dragon?
Yeah,
You know them?
we sure
She's like tufts fire out of her
Yeah,
nose.
you start
Oh.
crying a little like.
Oh, Raina's pattern. But yeah, so my dragon, you guys are calling her Raina?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my dragon, Raina?
Well, her name is Asis Raina, but we call her Raina.
So my dragon Asis Raina. This is my dragon Asis Raina. And so she is really big.
Yeah, how much bigger is she now?
Yeah, actually, I have the size. So the whole thing that we had discussed is that a lot of dragons that get ridden are more like rurally and controlled in terms of size, but the species that Asis Raina is doesn't stop growing, similar to like crocodilians. Mm-hmm. So she does look very crocodilian. She's also wyvern technically. She has her two front legs are also her wings. She has a really large wingspan, which is about 30 to 35 feet.
Big girl.
And then, so she's 25 feet nose to tail. So she's like incredibly long. So like, I think a little longer than ambulance truck.
Next to her.
And then her tail is probably about 10 to 12 feet of that. And she's just like bulky, just a big monster of a dragon. And so the thing is that she's not super fast, but a very classic, like, oh, that's a dragon, like a fire-breathing dragon, right?
God.
And I'm just like patting the top of her head, here she is. And she's, as I like pat her.
Is she a different color from when we last saw her?
Yeah, right now, what time of the year is it? I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's probably in the spring.
In the spring? Okay, so right now she's probably like getting to a mossy green because it's leaving winter. So she probably still has like certain like gray splotches, but for the most part it's like a mossy green. Like if someone was like hiding amongst like a swamp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, real quick, I don't think I described Tempest. So yeah,
Alright.
yeah. No, I just realized that. So Tempest, she's very snake-like. She looks like a snake with really long wings. She's about twice the size of like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Nice.
Yeah, and so when she flies, she kind of slithers in the air.
Ooh,
And she's black and blue.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
You guys have cool dragons. They're all sleek, and I just have this big monster crocodile with wings.
So Mabel has his arms crossed, but doesn't look standoffish necessarily. He's just kind of watching, and he says, you know your mission, and then he holds out the map to the four of you, and we'll let any of you grab it. The map.
Yeah, I was like.
I fully default to any of you.
You don't grab it, I'll grab it.
Yeah, I got it.
And he says, you know your mission. I believe the ship will be leaving port in an hour. You should be able to catch up to it quickly, but I would leave within the hour if you can. My facilities are available to you in any way that you'd like. I believe Captain Tandem is preparing the ship down below. If you'd like me to take you there, I can. Or if you would like to just find your way there, that's all right too. And Mabel says, I have a few people to talk to. If you need me, just shout my name and I'll...
Can I have a sword?
You say
Sorry,
that?
yeah. Sorry, I thought you were gonna leave. I just can I have a sword?
Mabel looks to his side, and there's a belt, right, with a scabbard, and it's a saber, right, and he shrugs and unbuckles it, and tosses it to you.
Oh, thank you.
And so he gives you the whole belt too.
Yeah. Oh.
And then he
I'm having a hard time putting it on.
and it's maybe a little tight too, because Mabel's
a smaller individual.
Yeah,
this
not as
broad,
big as
yeah.
you, you know. So then he just turns, Mabel turns, and gives you like a
Thank
salute.
you.
Yeah. And heads back,
Trying to, like-
opens the latch, and heads down.
You need help there?
Oh yeah, it's just not like a normal like. It's not like a working build. It's like I don't.
Here, let me.
Oopsies. We're here.
Yeah, and so Be'll grab it, and then some vines will like grow out of her palm, and it'll like latch over there
okay.
because it's like too small.
Keep it
for
a little
you.
loose. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like it's not like.
That's really cool.
There you go, hun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. As Mabel's walking away.
He closes the door. Like he doesn't respond. He just closes the door.
I don't think he likes us too much, but you know, it's okay.
All right, so are we all getting on the ship to head out?
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Are
She said
we commandeering
It's about
this
time.
ship?
Oh wait, so we still have our dragons now. What are we doing?
Oh,
Uh,
So,
you wanna
I've
commandeer?
been put.
Last time we commandeered ship.
We kind of sound.
Was that the last one?
So y'all, I'm an expert on commandeering ships. So the first step is all about theatrics. You gotta get them scared. All right.
Okay.
So this is what I propose. Okay. So
Is it gonna be
I'll make a
storm?
well, yeah, that's step one. All right. I make a storm. They get a little disoriented, right? And then since we're fast, we're just gonna spin around them, right? And they're gonna be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then we have him fly over them. He's all real big and scary. And then you kind of go from under and like just kind of hit him with whatever. Does your dragon breathe fire or something?
Nah, she's got wind.
Oh, that's even better. Knock him like as he's flying over. You go under. You kind of knock him off balance. Scare him.
How am I gonna fly over?
You have wings.
Your dragon.
Your
will fly you
dragon.
over?
Oh, she
Because he's
doesn't,
big and scary.
Does she listen to
she
you?
doesn't listen to me that much.
Oh, well, maybe she'll listen to me.
You want to
I
try?
don't think
You know,
so.
I think it's very important that a person. I was trying to say earlier, I kept getting interrupted. I think it's very important for a person to have a very deep connection with their dragons.
Yeah.
She saves me a lot, but when I like tell her to go left, usually she doesn't go left.
Well, then tell her to go right when you want her to go left.
It doesn't work either.
Oh.
Have you tried, like, just, like, bonding with her?
Yeah, I've
Have you
I've
sat
been
down
on her
and talked
back
to
the
them?
whole week.
But have you like talked to her?
Look.
They like when you talk to them.
She does. She really likes it.
Yeah, give her some rum and apples. That's what I do with Tempest.
Oh. Do you just go?
Say rum?
Well, yeah, just a little something to calm the nerves before our battle.
Is that...
Tempest is digging like in the dirt with his like own face.
Araceli's not a big. No, not Araceli. Reina's not a big veggie and fruit person.
Oh.
It's true. Remember.
Oh, well, what about a lamb?
That'll probably work.
That'll probably
Or
do it.
we could feed her the people on the ship.
We're
I don't
not
think
gonna
I'm
do
not
that.
gonna do
Why-
that.
That's not a part of the mission, Titus.
We're just commandeering the ship.
Yeah, but there's got to be people on there that don't want us to commandeer the
Yeah,
ship.
we just tie him up.
There's supposed to only be 2.
Look, I'm looking at the success of the mission.
I will say 2 defending. 2 people
Yeah, that's
Two-
all.
Two
Yeah.
cavaliers.
Oh, I
defending.
see.
Yeah, that's
So-
all we
Okay,
know.
okay,
okay.
There's- There could be
Right,
more.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
a
so 2 people with dragons.
Choose
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So we scare them. We give them a little scare,
I don't. Yeah.
and then we go in for the kill.
I don't really know what Access Reina can do.
Well, I don't think we want to go that route.
No.
Yeah, that's not a good route. I think for this mission especially. So maybe.
At this point, I'm like laying like along her neck and kind of just like petting her face.
Oh boy.
She likes it when I do this, and I'm like lifting her like lips up. Like, something like kids will do to dogs. Yeah.
Let me look at their teeth.
You know, she probably thinks of you as like
A pet?
a child.
Oh.
Like her child, probably, and that's probably why she won't listen to you because she's the
Yeah,
adult
'cause
in the
she's the
situation,
mom.
which she probably is.
Yeah,
I wanna be
she's-
What's
really
that?
honest with you.
Well, yeah, I also blow fire. And she blows fire.
Yeah.
See, so she probably definitely sees you as her child.
I like a little bit of fire comes out of my
know,
mouth.
okay.
Does she react to
Yeah.
that?
She, like it's like her trying to show me how to blow fire properly.
Oh, that's adorable.
Since you have an accent, I keep pulling into an accent.
You just went to an accent.
We have to take away accents at the table. Everyone's gonna have the same fucking accent. It's just good, a little
I'm
southern
only
nobody.
All my characters will be chain smokers from now on. Like, oh, hi, nice to meet ya.
I'm gonna do that. I don't even smoke.
Okay, so we're gonna make a storm,
Yeah.
and then you guys are gonna zoom around them,
Scare them a little.
and I'm gonna try to get us as Raina to listen to me and scare them at the top.
Mm-hmm. Or actually, you know what? They have the dragons riders with them, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, we should probably separate them. So while we fly, we could try to aggro them, get them away from the ship, and then we can ambush them.
That's
4 on 1 sounds the better.
Well, I don't want us
deal
as Raina to have to fight any dragons.
Well, that's why we outnumber them.
Wouldn't be her first time.
She'll be fine.
Yeah,
Huh?
she's well versed.
Yeah.
We've known her for a while.
She's a strong woman.
Strong.
Strong, independent woman.
Oh,
Women's History Month.
you guys obviously know better than I do, so I'll follow your lead on this one.
Yeah.
So you and Raina kind of stay just outside the storm. We'll go in, get their attention. You kind of hit them with the wind from the bottom to kind of shake the ship, and then you meet up with us, and we'll fuck them up.
That sounds pretty solid.
Period.
Devon says it just like that. Period.
And then once we've dealt with the dragon riders, then we could just get the ship.
What do you mean dealt with?
Well,
We have our dragons eat them.
I don't think.
Also-
No, we're just gonna tie them up.
How are we gonna tie them up in the sky?
Well, if we get them off their dragons.
So we'd have to kill their dragon then.
Well, no, we're not gonna kill the dragon.
So we're just gonna ask them to get off their dragon and let us tie them
get
up?
them off the dragon, then we tie them up, and then maybe we tie the dragons up too back on the ship.
Okay, we'll just tie up a dragon and we'll somehow pluck a rider off of it. That's the plan?
Let's just play this by ear.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's see how the well this goes.
let's figure
Well,
it out.
I don't think we need to go around killing people.
Do you have a better plan to disarm them?
Yes, tying them up.
But the problem is getting to the point to tie
That's
them
easy.
up.
That's easy. You're so fast. If you're so fast, you can do it. At this point, like I've just gotten like.
Yeah, have you tied someone up before, Sally?
That's neither here nor there.
I think it's very here.
And
I think it's very much here.
And also
But-
over there.
I know how to tie stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, have you ever tied up a person?
Tied up a lot of hogs and cows.
It's not a person though,
I
huh?
promise you, if I can tie up a cow, I can tie up a person.
All right.
Okay, so we'll just
B was gonna say something really dark.
so we'll aggro them, ambush them, then somehow get them off. That's the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds. I mean,
I'm gonna look at the other two and be like,
been in the game for a long
Yeah,
time.
man, if they die, they die.
It's kind of part of it.
I appreciate that all three of you are on the same page. And I'm just like, we're not killing these people. Why would we do that? We're the good guys.
Sometimes.
Sometimes people die. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
Anyways, so we're.
Anyway, so like we should probably get ready
Yeah, we should
before
probably
miss
head out.
the ship.
I'll just remind you guys. Mabel did offer anything at the headquarters you need to prepare, any weapons, ammunition, and if you want anything for your plan, you can try and find that here. But if not, then are you guys gonna just head off? Or are you gonna go talk to Tandem?
filling up on bullets and booze. That's all you need.
They have a large store of alcohol. Like,
All right, I'm just gonna double fist it. Let's go.
So I'm gonna go to Devon and be like, is anyone else uncomfortable that he drinks so much?
Deeply.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
I don't know.
His dragon is drunk.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of. You know, I'm just gonna let it.
Jesse, is one of your aspects that you drink a lot?
Yeah, I have alcoholic.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's terrible.
so are you guys gonna just head off? Are you guys gonna go talk to Tandem?
Well, I have a
first?
sword. I got a sword.
Yes,
I-
you did.
Do I have a gun
sword
on
in
me?
them.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like
guys
I
will have
would.
like any normal equipment that your character will
Yeah.
have. They'll probably bring on them or have stored on their dragon, like in a saddle.
I have
Yeah.
my whip on my head.
Can I go get gunpowder? Just like a big little mini keg
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to fill up on gunpowder and bullets, because just a reminder that guns in this setting are like flintlock pistols.
Yeah.
So you get one shot and then it'll take a few turns to reload or a couple turns to reload if you want to use them again.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can carry multiple guns on you. But
I got one in my pocket, and in this pocket, and I have a pocket here. There's like guns
Real.
I
everywhere.
rely a lot on my dragon's abilities, so.
Alright, so just want to make sure so you guys are good.
Yeah, I have my
Yeah, I
cutlass
think so.
and my gun, and that's all I need, and my booze. What more do you need?
I'm trying to get Asusarena to fly. So I'm like, I'm on her back, and I'm just like doing this, like, come on, let's go.
Asusarena will probably be like following them, like not like paying attention to you as much.
Hey.
Alright.
You
So-
start going bump, bump, bump.
Yeah.
Where are you guys gonna go? That's right there or tandem?
Maybe we should take the boat in case something
Yeah,
happens.
just
'cause
in case you never know. Sometimes boats get demolished
We
by
also-
large dragons.
We also need the boat there because we have to get everyone on the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or you
or
can
in case
we
it
can
goes
keep
wrong.
their
You
boat.
can-
True.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we should
that's
have
the
as a
thing,
backup.
But
I
we
think-
should have a
but-
backup boat.
Given,
Listen, no one else's Reyna.
given Raina's track record of, what was it, 2? Maybe we should...
2 boats.
2 boats in one
It was
afternoon.
one. It was only one. For the record, I'm pretty sure it was only one boat that she, demolished.
She got in there.
She messed up the other one.
Yeah,
she
okay,
only
yeah.
destroyed
Yeah.
one.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we should go to tandem and bring that just in case. You never know. Something might happen.
I like to be prepared. Okay.
Yeah. We like to be overprepared instead of unprepared because if we're unprepared, then
Better safe than sorry.
What happens if stuff goes out of hand and the boat gets destroyed?
You guys are like a
accident?
vaudeville act together.
Yeah, we're very much like
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
comedy
get it.
gold.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Alright, so you guys want to head down to tandem ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick, Tamlin and Kim, what are your characters' dragons' names?
Kai, Kai.
And Siren, Siron.
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 Hi, Ron.
Okay.
Siren.
Oh, and then Ty's gonna be like, so like, what can Siren do? He's fast. Can she breathe fire or something?
Yeah, he's got lightning.
I also have lightning.
Awesome.
I go for a high five.
I just look at you and it's the kind of look where it's like, you should have lied, you should have lied, you should have lied.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
So I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Because you say storms, can she summon storms, or like
Yeah.
is she just spitting lightning?
No, she can summon storms, but she can also spit lightning because she's cool like that.
She got it like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question because like obviously we live in a pretty like dragon-filled world, right?
Relatively speaking.
Yeah. Are there like are all of our dragons like how like rare or common are like what are we like looking at? Right?
Okay, so dragons in general, like cavaliers in the Republic obviously exist like
Yes.
kind of as a police force. So they like whenever they're a little bit more rare than like our world would see like policemen or something. But most people have probably seen a dragon, right?
Yeah.
As for how rare your specific dragon's like breed is, that's up to you. What do you guys want? For your like selves, obviously. It's
I
up to
feel
you.
like you wouldn't see very many of Kai.
That makes sense.
Kai's a pretty rare like breed.
I would say
I
she's
think we
pretty
all
rare.
are special.
All the main characters.
We are the main characters, guys.
Yeah.
No, mine's pretty. Mine's a racing dragon, so it's
So like greyhounds, kind of like.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That makes
like-
sense.
Looks a lot like a
you're
greyhound.
around. Okay.
I think mine would be they would be like very in very tight clusters, you know, so they would be common in like one specific area because they create storms, so it'd be
Yeah,
a
that
dangerous
makes
place to live.
sense.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So yeah,
Like travel in
so
packs
probably
and
like an island or a
Yeah.
mountain or something.
Oh,
yeah,
So
that makes
they're
sense.
very specific in their place.
Yeah. I know random species, like I said, they're not used super often for like to fly on. So there's probably a lot of them, but like I doubt there's that many of like Reina's size because like they're just giant crocodiles and people like scales,
Yeah.
right? Like I'd assume that's a thing. And so like I don't think that Asusarena like type is rare or like special, but I do think that like one, she's like big, but two, like to be flown is odd.
No, that was gonna say maybe like Asusarena is special because one, like you said, it's rare for them to fly. Two, she's a little like not old, but like she's been around the block a long time. And three, like the fact that she's like being ridden, and that she seems so capable is rare. You know, like she seems to care about like people a lot more than a lot of her breeds. So maybe that's unique too.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So,
She's an empathetic crocodile.
would any of you have paid attention to
Crocodile
like
would you hug?
the paths around the headquarters, or are you gonna have to like kind of stumble your way, or ask somebody for directions?
Not at
to
all.
tandem?
You know,
I wouldn't have.
we know this place, don't we?
You might. Like that's up to you guys.
We know this place.
Yeah.
So
Figure we've been around.
Yeah.
then yeah, Kai and Devon will lead you to.
It's actually just Kai walking around. She goes stomp, 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 stomp.
There's one giant like tunnel that's built for like moving dragons through, like you would like livestock. Asa's Ray might be a little like pushing up against the walls. Yeah. I don't know if she's discomforted at all or if she's just like straight focused. But most of your dragons are fine. Well, all of them will make it fine. And you'll take one path and you go down to the docks. And the docks are unique because, like I said, it's a very deep island. There's a lot of like rock underneath the surface. And the dock is carved out of like the reverse mountain. So it has space for the ship and its balloon, but it's also hidden from anything flying above.
That's cool.
So yeah, you guys will walk down to the docks, and it's like if you're looking out like out of a giant cave, like 100 feet up. There's like rock like kind of curving over, providing some shade, and Tandem ship is there. You guys will walk down the wooden platforms, and Tandem will wave to you. He says, "You'll need my assistance then," and he has 4 guns on his chest, like. In
changed outfit.
Yeah, he has like a whole new fit on.
Yeah, I was gonna say his hat's the same, but his shirt's like a little shorter and stuff. Yeah.
These are my killing clothes.
Yeah.
I'll put my red pants on.
His shirt's not white anymore. It's like red. Yeah. Hide the blood. Yeah. And he says, "You'll need my assistance, so I assume you have the map."
Yes.
Yes.
I have the map.
He says, "Fantastic." And there's like crew members working about. It's a manned ship. There are a good amount of people, and they all seem hardened. But there aren't too many young people. Maybe like early 30s, late 20s. He doesn't take kids, it seems.
That's probably good.
So therefore, Araceli is by far the youngest person here.
Yeah, we know.
Tandem.
You see it.
You can smell it.
There's plenty of room for your dragons to like perch on top of the boat, and it's fairly large. Not quite as big as like a gunship maybe, but the Black Pearl from Pirates is a decent comparison, I guess. There's plenty of room for your dragons to like perch, and the crew members seem weirdly like not worried about it. The dragons. If any of you have ever dealt with like mercenaries or pirates or smugglers, usually they're a little like dodgy around dragons for a lot of reasons, but these guys don't seem to be.
That's interesting.
Tandem heads up to the wheel, and he asks for the map, Devon.
Yeah.
He like holds it out, takes about 10 seconds, and he says, "All right, I know where we're going," and then he hands it back to you.
That's impressive.
It's a cool trick.
Is it a party trick? Yeah, party.
And then he leans into Titus and he asks for like specific directions. Like, "Did you actually get a good look at the map?"
Oh, I usually just let the wind guide. I let the wind guide me.
Tandem says, "All right," and then he like hangs back and like.
Did I hear any of that?
No.
No.
He did not want me to.
We're gonna get lost.
We're gonna get so lost.
So yeah, that's our first episode then. Thank you everybody for listening. We'll be back with more Fragments of Rebellion. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for listening to 5GMs in a Trenchcoat. Be sure to follow our social medias, Instagram and TikTok at 5GMs in a Trenchcoat, and on our Twitter, 5GMs Official. Thank you, and we'll catch you in the next episode.